inspires you as an artist? What's that drive? Anything you like?
I think people inspire me more than anything. Just faces, just because, just looking around at everyone here, there's not a person here that I would love to paint. Every single person here is so beautiful. And faces just fascinate me more than anything else, I guess. We all just vary so much. There's just so much uniqueness to every single person. So I love portraiture most of all, and people, and what I want to do most of all is children's book illustrations. So this is kind of an example of kind of the direction that I want to go in as far as children's book characters.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful work. Thank you.
I also wanted to introduce, let's give Rihanna a round of applause. Of course, if you're interested in any of her art, or you want a custom work made perhaps, please talk with Rihanna. Now, I'd also like to introduce Dawn, a wonderful artist, and her handmade and carved jewelry. She's really excited to share with you. The best thing I could give the floor to her husband and share a little bit.
I guess I have to talk because she doesn't want to. Yes, both Dawn and I do silversmithing and lapidary work. We've been, we got started off with, we're in the Vista Gentlemen Society, so we start off just by picking up rocks and doing rocks and cutting the rocks, and then you kind of transition into silversmithing stuff, and from there you just kind of create. We really enjoy doing it. We use a lot of, we recycle a lot of sterling, so like old spoons and stuff like that, and make some, make some wonderful jewelry out of it, which is really nice. Instead of just going and getting melted down and turned into, bullion or something. But I think really, inspiration-wise, Dawn really is like overall art. She does painting, she does sculpture, she does like all the jewelry and everything. I'm more of a mechanical type person. I like woodworking, and I like this because it's very mechanical. It's malleable, and you can take the metal and make things out of it and change it and grind it and do stuff like that. Same with the stone. So it just is something to relax, and when I'm not engineering at the office, it just allows me to do other things. So really, that's about it. It's more of a release, just to kind of create, do something.
Thank you, Alex and Maddie, for inviting us all.
Oh, you're welcome. Please meet Dawn. Please meet Rihanna. So we're gonna hear the vocal talent of Rita. But first, I wanted to invite Rita Sweeting to share anything about her passion, her voice, anything that you'd like to share.
Thank you. My name is Rita Sweeting. I sang in Europe I worked as a model for Yves Saint Laurent and Valentino for most of my life, my young life. And then as I got my old life, I have been a mother, and I'm a reflexologist, herbologist, and I do massage therapy and vocal coaching. Also, I work with people on, I call it spiritual listening, which I did for 15 years for an association called Invitation to Life. And I'll be giving vocal coaching here, as Alex has offered me and Maddie have offered me to do vocal coaching here. So I'm excited about that. I did give out some flyers, so you have my phone numbers. And I'm also working on something which I have some flyers. I'll just pass that around. Whoever can get one will. If you want one and you don't get one, then just ask me. I have them in the car, actually. But I'm working on what's called the White Rose Youth Sanctuaries. And what we are doing are opening up shelters for homeless youth. And in fact, let me give you one. We're working on opening up shelters for homeless youth in San Diego County. And that's our website, whiteroseyouth.org. And so we hope to open up a shelter within the next 6 months to a year here in San Diego County to alleviate some of the youth. There are over 300 youth on the streets in North County alone every night. So there are programs that are being set up to feed them through the school systems. And actually, I would like to take a minute and introduce Mr. O'Donnell, his wife. I'm sorry, your name?
Karen.
Karen, and come out. He was the principal He is the principal of my son's school, Trade Tech High, which I highly, highly recommend. It has really saved
We all
my.
look right.
He has saved more kids. This man has saved more kids in that school. It saved my son, because my son had lots of difficulties with all kind of things, but he's a wonderful kid. And Mr. O'Donnell, he loved him so much, and he graduated, and we didn't know if Henry would ever graduate. So we are so proud of Mr. O'Donnell. I'm so happy he's here tonight, and his wife. And I just really, my heart goes out to him, because he did so much for my son, who loved him, and who is doing, just transformed himself and has lots of friends. He had Tourette's. And we had a miracle, and that Tourette stopped. But my son always had trouble with things. So Mr. O'Donnell just reached into his heart, and he made a wonderful kid out of him. Yeah, so I really want to thank him. So spread the word about Trade Tech High. It's right here on Melrose, and it is a top-notch charter school. So also, I will be giving vocal coaching here. I studied in Europe. I lived there for 15 years in Paris. I lived in Paris and worked in Milan and Rome. So I speak French and Italian, and you can study in French or Italian. But I love voices. It's what I love. I love to listen to a voice and hear where that voice should originate. When you speak, when you sing, it's the same thing. You start where you originate, not where someone tells you to start singing. Because your voice is in the origination of your heart and soul. And if you listen to a person's heart and soul, you can place their voice and they can begin to sing and be comfortable and be beautiful. So people think, well, I can't sing. Well, what you can't do is you can't do what everybody's telling you to do. You cannot sing like you. You only sing like yourself. But you can blend your voice in being yourself. And that is what I specialize in, helping you to be yourself in your voice. And at that point, you will blossom. It's like a plant or a flower. It takes its time. But I think I'm one of the fastest coaches ever. I think I can make someone sing faster than anyone I've ever known.
And we're all going to be able to hear a little bit of
Because when I
voice
listen to
in.
you, I listen to all of you. And that's where I begin, and that's where I begin my coaching.
Let's get the party
So,
started.
there you go.
Let's give it a hand of
I do have some CDs. I have about 5 or 6 more CDs if anyone wanted to get one. I'm letting them for $5 this evening.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Connie, I wanted to share a little bit about this sacred art that you see around you. If you take a moment to take a look. Heidi, I've been her therapist for the past 6 months, and she has a chronic leukemia, cancer of the white blood cells. And she was a nun in the Self-Realization Fellowship for 30 years. When she came out of it, she was diagnosed with melanoma, had that battle, and recently now with leukemia. She's never trained in art formally, and what you see here is just the inspiration of bringing herself to her inner healing. There are 2 things that we talked about. One, and those of you here, there are those of you here that know this very well, that know this battle for life, to celebrate life. So we talked about 2 things. Fight with everything that you have. To live, to share, to love, to celebrate. Because you're worth it. And 2, be at peace with life or with death. She's come a long way. Just the other day when I was carrying her art here to the studio, her oncologist called her. She had 1,600 in the past few weeks white blood cells in her spinal fluid. Only a few. Just a day ago. She's in remission. She cried, we embraced. I brought her art here. and her walls in her home are empty. So she misses the art, but at the same time, right? She has an opportunity to create more. So this is to help her. If any of these art pieces inspire you, if they move you, if they resonate with you, please know that she's selling her art to help with her medical bills. Because yes, there are those earthly things that we do need to take care of. Now, if you're interested in any of them, she's open to finance anything that you see. So even if you're available for maybe just $20 a month, if you see it, if it inspires you, if it moves you. If I could talk a little about the importance of sacred art. Let me give you an example. Ronald's disease. So that's constriction of blood flow to the extremities. Your hands, toes, nose. Well, the person can come to her art, walks close to it, and their fingers are warm. They walk away, and it turns blue. That's the inspiration of spiritual, sacred art throughout the centuries of us, our civilization as humans, together. Many ancient works throughout the world. Please take a look if you're interested. Please, from your heart, yeah, if you like it. And if for any reason another person has chosen a piece that really resonates with you, she'd be happy to create another one in its likeness, as close as she can. So I just want to share a little bit about Heidi. And she has two favorite things that she wanted me to also share. In this journey, she picked up a book by the poet Rumi. And Rumi says that, let the beauty of what you love be what you do. There are 1,000 ways to kneel down and to kiss the earth. Let the beauty of what you love be what you do. And it will share your light with everyone and bring healing. So I hope some of these paintings may resonate to bring healing to you. And then finally, from St. Thomas, if you bring out what is from within, it will save you. So thank you very much, everyone. Rita and I are going to begin. Please know that you're amongst great company. Don't hesitate to make a new friend. And we're going to begin with the second part of our entertainment. And there is plenty of food, so don't hesitate to enjoy. Thank you, everyone. I'll grab you a chair.
You gonna play for us?
Yes. So Rita and I are going to play a few songs. And then everybody, there's also a special surprise. Rita Jo. She's going to be sharing her poem with our whole community soon. So has anybody seen Miss Sweeting?
Went out to her car to check on her dog house.
Okay. So let them know. Great, great. Okay. So I'll just warm up the keys. Oh, there.